All right, shalom. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Baharakah Kodash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do group well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect, and the 1/3. And Lord's will, this lesson will be edifying and exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Baharakah Kodash. And as the title reads, the PATSY of Israel, all right, in quotations, all right, 2/3. And pretty much this is just going to be a quick lesson, all right, on my spiritual 2 cents. I had recently rewatched the movie 12 Years a Slave, and I found something to be very spiritual in the movie, and I wanted to share it with you brothers and you few sincere sisters, okay, especially the time that we are in. Okay, we are understanding more and more how there is only a remnant that is returning, and not all Israel will be delivered on this side. Even though salvation is for the nation of Israel, there will only be an elect that will be delivered out of here. Okay, this is why Yahushua said in Matthew 24, I will grab that really quick. All right, Matthew 24, and I believe it's like 31. Let's see. Now, salvation, yes. Salvation, look, the glorious return, yes. Salvation is for the nation of Israel, but the deliverance, okay, the deliverance where we no more be said that the Lord delivered us out of the land of Egypt, but of the land of the north, only the elect will partake in being saved by Yahushua, okay? Now, real quick, this is Matthew 24 and 29. It says, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. So there's going to be a lot of things that are going to take place on the earth with the powers that be. Okay, not life as you know it is going to change, and it's not going to be allowed to be rewritten under the demonic vibration of Esau. Okay, existence is going to acknowledge Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And that's what we are doing starting first. Okay, the house of David being rebuilt. We are acknowledging Yahweh Bashem Yahushai as Israelites, as we should be as Israelites. But 2/3, okay, the victims of deception, all right, they've been given over to what? A strong delusion that they may believe a lie. All right. And it says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. See, all right, this right here for the mindset of Christianity. Why would all the tribes of the earth mourn? And secondly, the Bible still refers to us people, us so-called humans, as tribes. So what tribe are you from? See, so that right there is also a cut to Christianity, that in the last days, the Bible refers to people on earth as tribes. So everyone has a respective tribe. Okay, the tribe of Moab, the tribe of Edom, all right, and the tribes of what? The 12 tribes of Israel as well. See, it says, let's go into this word tribe real quick, just so we can, get that out the way. You don't have to look to what does the word tribe mean? Tribe. Oh, look, see, nations, people. A tribe is just a nation or people, race or clan, kindred. But look at this. And you use this in particularly for Revelations. Okay, Revelations, what's that? 7 or 14, when it says all nations, kindred, and tongue. For that breakdown, yeah, it's speaking of all the Israelites that come out of those tribes, and that's going to be for deliverance of the 1/3. But in this instant, the tribes are going to mourn. It's going to be who? These nations of people, these different nations of people. Okay, and guess what? Jake's going to mourn too, because 2/3 are not looking for Yahushua. 2/3 are not seeking Yahweh Bashem Yahushai while he may be found. Okay, then they cry after, and they cried to Pontus to crucify him. All right, now check this out. It says, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. This is the point I wanted. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect. Now, I know in Isaiah 45, it says Israel's the Lord's elect. I believe also Isaiah 40, and or it could be 41. All right, Israel's my servant, whom I have chosen. But on this side, the deliverance is only going to be the Lord's elect, and then there will be 2/3 that will be left in Babylon to receive the judgment of the destruction that will befall the whore of Babylon. See, so this time around, it's only the Lord's elect. So if you've been awoken now, yes, you as an Israelite are an elect nation, but you want to be striving and praying to the Lord that you are the elect of the elect. You are the Israel of God. You are the elect that will be elected to be delivered, elected and selected to be delivered out of here, because the rest of 2/3, okay, will be the fall guy. All right, they're gonna fall with this place, just like in the movie 12 Years a Slave, and I'm gonna show you that this what this lesson came about from. And it says from the four winds, from one end of the heavens to the other. So right here, all right, we're told that when Yahweh Shai comes, he's only going to gather his elect from the four winds, which will consist of what? The 1/3. All right, which now it's on my spirit to go to that. So Revelations, I believe it's 7. Let me see. Yep, right here. See, when you go into that, it's got all the tribes. But then when you go down here, look, it says, after this I beheld, because remember the four winds. After this I beheld, lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations. See? But it just said in Matthew's that he would go to all nations. All right. But why? Because the Lord's elect is within there. Israelite foreigners. All right. Israelites that may not look like the Israelites that we know today. All right. Based off so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. And it says of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues. Now, real quick, before we even finish it, since I went into that word Kilios, was it? Let's go down. And we'll actually be able to tell you right now. There's ethno right here. There it is. Phile. Look, kindred. We just did it in Matthew 24. Now look, right there. Boom. See? In this context, it's speaking about, look, in the New Testament, all the persons descending from one of the 12 sons, not daughters, 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob. See that? So that's who's going to be getting delivered. While the 2/3 what? Are going to remain here for destruction. All right. They're going to be the PATSY of Israel. And it says, so it says after this, oh, actually, let's look up, let's see if the Bible, let's see if any of them have anything pertaining to the Israelites. Okay. After I looked, behold, a great multitude, no one could number, from every nation, from all the tribes and people. See, no one could number, standing before. Nope. I just wanted to see if any. It'd be heavy if it said the Israelites scattered. Look, enormous crowd made of persons of every nation. See, that's what that makes them think that everyone can be accepted. And I'll say this: anyone can be accepted off face value as long as their lineage on their father's side goes back to the patriarch Jacob. So anyone can be accepted as an Israelite if their patriarch on their father's side is Jacob. Okay. So yes, this isn't a white or black thing. Okay. Anyone can be accepted as an Israelite if their lineage on their father's side goes back to the patriarch Jacob. It's just that simple. And kindred and people and tongues, all Israelites, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. This is speaking about what? The Lord delivering his elect, while 2/3 are going to be left here to be punished. Now that I got that out the way, okay, let's go into this. So when you go into the movie 12 Years a Slave, which let's put this here and let's go here. Let's put Solomon Northrop Deliverance. Let me see. I'd love to show the scene, but Solomon Northrop. Oh, okay. I'll put it like this: Solomon gets freed. I guess I gotta put it westernized. Excuse me. Solomon gets freed. Movie scene. They just not giving it to me, and you know why? Because it's based off a true story, like what we're living in. Freed movie scene. Let's see. This isn't the one I want. This isn't the one I want. I want exactly when they finally tell him, let's put Solomon becomes, or maybe I'll put Solomon leaves Patsy. Right here is where he hugs her, right? Yep, I remember this right here. Here's the chariot behind him. Here's where he hugs her. Okay. They refused to let him go. And right after he hugged her, because, hey, what? 2/3 of our people, we got family members we love. We got people that we've grown bonds with, just like in this movie. But in this movie, okay, uh, Patsy, this is her name. See, right here, her name is Patsy. All right. Patsy gets left, man. Okay. She gets left. And when I was watching this movie, even though I felt for her, I saw her struggle, I saw what she went through. But this is what we are gonna deal with. Okay. This is what we're dealing with right now, where you have 2/3 of our people who the Lord is not dealing with right now. Okay. And yes, we are all in slavery. All right. And yes, it does suck. Okay. But we're coming to a time where, just like in this movie, okay, Solomon, he finally gets his papers. Okay. And Patsy gets left behind. All right. She gets left right there. Look at that right there. Okay. And after Solomon leaves, she falls, man. And you already know that she's done. Okay. And I said, wow, man, that's a very spiritual. And then I said, I wonder what the name Patsy means. When you go into the name Patsy, look, fall guy, victim of deception. So this is something that you have to accept the lot that portions of our people have been given. They've been given the position of what? The 2/3 of the fall guy that's got to stay here in Babylon and be destroyed with Babylon. And they're also the victim of deception. All right. What is that? What is that? 2 Thessalonians 2. Strong delusion. 2 Thessalonians 2:11, is it? Watch. I think it's 2:11. Man of lawlessness. Yep, right here. 2 Thessalonians 2:11. Okay. Start at 10. It says, and with all deceivableness and unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth. 2/3 of our people have not been have not been given the ability, okay, to receive the love of the truth like we do. All right. Where, our mind is geared to this. See, we've been entered into something, you brothers. All right. You are entered into a priesthood. This is why you're convicted in the spirit to do lessons, to go to camp, because that's the service of the priest. Okay. This is why it's on our spirit to do these things. And I want to do a lesson on that. I want to do a lesson specifically on the work that we are doing. We are doing it in the essence of what the priest would do. And remember, we are all of us Israelite men are a nation of kings and priests. You see, so the Lord has allowed us, all right, has blessed us to open us up to love this truth. Look, that they might be saved. So at the end of the day, if the Lord isn't dealing with them, you cannot change the fact that they are set up to be the fall guy. Okay. No matter how much you love, your aunt, your uncle, your friend. Hey, I get it. Okay. I get it. But guess what? At the end of the day, this is the Lord's people. What can we say to the Lord about his people? This is the Lord's people. Didn't the angel tell Ezra that? This ain't our people. This is the Lord's people. We need to start getting in the spirit of, man, the Wadi Abashimashai, that, you're going to deliver me, or please deliver me. Okay. Because there is going to be, we're going to witness the Patsy of Israel. All right. And that's taking place now, but it's going to be on a grander scale. And going back, the word Patsy means the fall guy or the victim of deception. Going back, it says, and for this cause the Most High, okay, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, right? Let what was made for their welfare be a snare and a trap. And for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. What's Patsy mean? Victim of deception. And guess what? Victim means something sacrificed. Okay. So 2/3 are going to be left here and sacrificed on the altar with Esau. Doesn't it say that there should be a sacrifice in Basra? Okay. Jacob's going to be a part of that sacrifice in Basra with Esau. I believe it's Isaiah 34:9. Look, God's wrath against nations. Does not the Most High have wrath against the nation of Israel? Is that not why Yahushua is called the Prince of Peace? We have to start capitalizing on the fact that, Yahweh Shai has been made an acceptable sacrifice, and we need to take advantage of the sacrifice while we still have grace, because we're going to enter a time where I don't care the most flashiest Jake, the richest Jake, the most ladiest man. I mean, every thought and fleshly desire he's gotten fulfilled. He, in the day of judgment, he's gonna look at that like crap and a waste of time, and he's gonna want to be in your position, brothers, or you sisters. You look at all these women always shaking ass, excuse my language, all this corny, getting praise and love. In the day of judgment, they are gonna want to be in your position. They are gonna want to done to what you've been doing. Okay, but that it's gonna be too late. All right, now look, Isaiah 34:6. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs. Is not Jake the lamb? Is not Jake the lost sheep of the house of Israel? And who's the goat? Esau, right? Esau's the ego, evilest of all time. So lambs and goats with the fat of kidneys of rams. For the Lord has a sacrifice in Basra. What's Basra? Babylon. And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea, right here in Babylon. And Jake is going to be in the midst of that. And that's something, as Israelites, we have to understand moving forward. 2/3 are the PATSY of Israel. Now, from there, let's just get this real quick. I'm going to get a couple scriptures pertaining to Jake's rebellion, so you don't have yourself in this like, oh, well, why are they being destroyed? Trust, best, and believe Jake has reasons why the Lord is judging them. Okay, there's reasons why. All right, we don't need to get emotional. It's really pressed on my spirit for this. Philippians. This is what's pressed on my spirit to tell you how a shy sheep. Okay, this is for your betterment. Philippians 2:12. Wherefore, my beloved, this is Apostle Paul speaking. Okay, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Look, see, Paul and Timotheus, the servant of Yahushua Hamashiach, to all the saints in Hamashiach Yahushua. So there's you. Are you a saint? Now you can say, oh, the saints are those that made a sacrifice. Yeah. But now we are entering a time where the Lord is differentiating his own people. Did not the Lord separate the Levites from the rest of Israel? I believe that's Leviticus 18, where literally the Lord, I gotta make these points. I believe it's Leviticus 18. I could be mistaken, but let me just see. What is it? Is it Leviticus? I know it's maybe it's 22. Maybe it's 22. I think it might be 22. Just give me a minute. Let me go down. No, okay, let's go over. One more. Maybe one more. And Aaron, okay, right. Right, and let's go to 18. Yep, look. Okay, go down. Let me see. Let's just put it in. It's right in here. I don't want to waste time. The Lord separated the Levites. Let's just put that there. I bet it's right in there. Would have been right in front of my face. Numbers 8. Okay, I'll take that one. No, I don't want that. Do I want this? Okay, let's just get this one. Check this out. This is Numbers 8 and 14. Thus shalt thou separate the priest. See? Thou shalt separate the Levites from among the children of Israel, and all the Levites are mine. So what do the Levites represent? What do the Levitical law represent? A shadow of things to come. So what do we represent now? We are priests. Exodus 19:6. We're the priests now. So the Lord is putting us in the spirit of a priesthood, and he's separating us from the rest of Israel. Okay, so you look at what every elect Israelite man that's going to be delivered out of here is what? A priest. And we're being separated right now. We're being separated from the rest of our nation while correcting and teaching them. See what's taking place? Okay, now let's go back. So this is what's being shown unto us. And now what? Philippians 2:12, wherefore, my beloved, as this is Paul speaking, wherefore my beloved, as he has always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. You have to work out your own salvation, okay? While wickedness was going on, the priests had to still do their duties, all right? When things were going wrong, when things were getting hectic, you had Israelites that still stuck to the standard that the Lord wanted. That's what we're doing. We're sticking to the standard that the Lord wanted, just like in this movie, okay? Hey, Solomon had to do what he had to do, but then there came a time when he got separated, and it's very spiritual. His name is Solomon, all right? It's very spiritual. His name was Solomon. 12 years a slave, 12 tribes, right? Deuteronomy 28:68, just very spiritual, very spiritual. Then she gets left, okay? She gets left, and then right at the end, when he leaves, she falls. Just like when we get delivered, they're going to fall. And when you go into the word patsy, it literally means a fall guy, okay? And a victim of deception. We have to understand that moving forward. Now, let me get my initial precept that I wanted. 2nd Ezra 9, okay? Going to get a few more and wrap it up. Yeah, it's been really heavy in my spirit to bring exhortation to the brothers and sisters about what we're getting ready to witness pertaining to our people, because you got Jake right now that still gets upset. I'm not saying that you don't have the right to, but you still get upset with Esau and the things he does. Yeah, it's foul, but we also have to understand that this is ultimately judgment from the Lord. This is judgment from the Lord at the end of the day. 2nd Ezra 9, because even though you get on Esau and what he does, you can go and curse out an Edomite for wrongly doing something to Jake, and the same Jake that you're sticking up for while you're cursing out Esau, he'll try to rob you, steal from you, sleep with your woman, yell gang, gang, curse you out on the phone. They don't want to be delivered. What does it say? Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. 2/3 don't want to be saved. They will seek the Lord in their affliction. See, that's when they want Jake. They don't want him now. They don't want the Lord right now. Okay, so focus on your salvation and let the 2/3 fall and be the fall guy. Okay, better them than us. All right. This is 2nd Ezra 9:20. Yeah, 9:20 says, "So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril." And let me say this: when the judgment goes down, you ain't gonna be worried about no gold teeth wearing, dread wick having nigga, man. Okay, you ain't gonna worry about no thick booty thought from the club on Thursday. You're not gonna worry about that. It's gonna be that real. Okay, it ain't gonna be lavish and partying and having a good time. We're gonna enter a time where you are gonna be forced to think about your salvation, and the things we're gonna do is find comfort and hope, knowing that there are brothers and sisters out there enduring, because the prophecy says there will be an elect delivered, starting with 144,000, consisting of 12,000 Israelite men from each tribe being priests under the priesthood of Melchizedek. And then you'll have the innumerable multitude, which is the 1/3, which will consist of men, women, and children. Those are what we're going to think about in the days of judgment coming. And it says, because of the devices that will come unto it, remember those devices, right? Device. I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster and a plant of a great people. See? So the Lord is only worried about this grape that he's keeping, this cluster that he's keeping. Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain. You have Israelites that literally were born in vain. And you'll have people wanting to pray for them. Jeremiah 11:14, cry for them. Hey, we're not in that time, and don't be in that spirit, okay? Because they'll get salvation. They'll come back. They'll be okay. They'll come back. It says, and let my grape be kept in my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. And that's what we're going through right now. We're going through the purging, the pruning, things being cut off that we don't need. Okay. This is the Lord. This is the Lord's movie. He's taking care of things. All right. And going back to the movie 12 Years a Slave, they have not, those who were not supposed to drink of it have surely drunken it. And guess what? You got the elect drinking of this captivity, man. You got the elect within the midst of wicked Israelites suffering the curses, just like Solomon. Solomon was a free man, and he still was forced to go into curses. Don't the curses say, and your king will go into captivity? Okay? The king went into captivity. All right, here's a spiritual scene. He didn't want to whip her, but sometimes you got to. You don't want to rebuke your own people, but you got to. Isaiah, let me get that. Let me make sure that everything that I'm saying is being backed up by the scriptures, because we cannot have anybody get emotional, man. Okay? You can't have a respecter of person. You got to get out of that black love spirit. He ain't want to whip her. I get it. Hey, but the Lord will put you in a position where, hey, you like, man, I got to rebuke these people. Isaiah 58:1, cry loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet. Shew my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob's their sins. See? Yet they seek me daily and delight to know my ways as a nation that did righteousness and forsook not the ordinance of their God. They ask of me the ordinance of justice. They take delight in approaching of the Most High. Okay? They take delight in the approaching of the Most High. There is a great separation taking place. Are you in the midst of wickedness of Israel, or are you correcting the wickedness of Israel? Very spiritual, man. Very spiritual. I it's just my spiritual 2 cents. I just rewatched the movie, and this is what the Spirit allowed me to extrapolate. I just used a $3 word. So let's keep going. Okay. And it says, yep, great labor, I made it perfect. Where was I at? We finished that here, and here. Jeremiah 2 and 20. It says 19. It says, thy own wickedness shall correct thee, and thy backsliding shall reprove thee, right? Okay. And it says, know therefore and see that it is an evil thing and bitter. Okay. It's an evil thing and bitter. All right. Just give me a moment. And it says that thou hast forsaken the Lord thy God, and that my fear is not in thee, saith the Lord, power of hosts. So you're dealing with a nation that is not fearing the Lord or not caring about the Lord. All right. Even though you see them struggling like we are, just like Smoothie. Patsy was going through it. She worked hard. She did her labor. She did this, still was getting beat, still was getting hit, still was being punished. Things were still happening. Okay. We're not Yahweh Shai. When every brother and every sister's got their own lot. We're just praying and hope that our lot is among the lot of the elect. Okay. That's what you got to understand in this walk. You will see things and sympathize with Jake, but you have to understand that there are 1/3 and there are 2/3 in the midst of the elect nation of Israel. And there is an elect within the elect. And this is a great scene to show you. Solomon got delivered, being the free man purchased by the blood of Yahweh Shai under grace, right? And then the prophecy of the 2/3 took place, where what 2/3 had to be left behind and be the fall guy. Okay, the Patsy, going back, Patsy, fall guy. What was her name? Patsy. Who got left behind? Patsy. Okay, it's just heavy, man. It's just it's just heavy. Going back, I believe this is where I was. Yep, and it says for of all time I have broken thy yoke and burst thy bonds. Right, the Lord has freed us before. I freed you out of slavery, and now it makes sense. It makes sense why the Lord didn't deliver us right out of chattel slavery like he did in Egypt, because he already did that before. See, the Lord already did that before. And did it change anything? Did it fix anything? No. Now, ultimately, it's prophecy, but it had to play out in real time. Okay. Ultimately, it was prophecy, but things played out in real time. So why the Lord said, I burst thy bonds before. I took the yoke, and what? And thou saidest, I will not transgress. When upon every high hill and under every green tree thou wandereth, playing the harlot. See, I won't go off. I won't do this. I will serve the Lord. And then what you do? Play the harlot. See? Yet I have planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed. How then art thou turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? See? So Israel is what? A degenerate plant. 2/3 are a degenerate plant, and they're a strange vine unto the Lord. They're a stranger unto the Lord. Isaiah 1 and 3. The ox knoweth his owner, the ass his master's crib, but Israel does not know, my people does not consider. So you have 2/3 of the nation of Israel, or portions of the 2/3, because you got also Israelites that know they're Israelites and are still 2/3. See? So I can't even use that statement in that manner. Okay? But you have Jakes that don't consider, even in the truth. All right. They don't want to consider the name. They don't want to consider the prophecies. They don't want to consider the extent of how serious this walk is. They don't consider. They want to do their own thing. Okay. But ultimately, that's because they're the patsy. They're the fall guy. They're the victims of deception, just like in the movie 12 Years a Slave. Solomon got delivered and Patsy got left behind. Solomon representing the elect, the 1/3. Patsy representing the 2/3. Okay? Very spiritual movie. Now, I believe I made all my points. I mean, I was going to go into Ezekiel 2, but we should know this already. Okay? Ezekiel 2 and 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to a children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that has rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. Let's see. So today is what? June 13th. It's June 13th. Let's just go to World Star. Let's see if Israel is still rebelling unto this day. Let's just see. Load up. Looks like some Edomites. I see a so-called black woman. Maybe she's repenting. Let's see. Winifred hoodie. Let's see. Let's go. Nope. They still are rebelling. There you go. I didn't even have to scroll a half an inch down, and this is all rebellion, whoredom, idolatry, wickedness, whoremongering. Okay, you name it. You see it? I don't even need to go any further. Oh, I did. Look, and there goes more. And it just goes on and on and on and on. 2/3, 2/3, 2/3, 2/3, 2/3. See? 2/3 folly, lewdness, and wickedness. And look, let me show you how demonic it is. 1x, 1 6, 2 more sixes, 3 sixes. See that? 6 6 6. There you go. Enough said. Exit out. We don't need that no more in our lives. There you go. 2/3 fall guy. All right. 2/3. All right. So that was my spiritual 2 cents on the movie. I just wanted to touch on it real quick. I found it spiritual that Solomon got delivered and Patsy got left behind, but the Spirit led me to look up the name Patsy, which means fall guy or victim of deception. And that's what 2/3 are the victim of, which victim also means a sacrifice to a deity. All right. But also the Lord said, I have a great sacrifice in Basra, which is Babylon. So I just wanted to touch on that lesson, lock in tight, lock in the spirit, man, keep your mind right, keep your spirit sober, understand what we're involved in. Okay. Get out of that spirit of just black love, get out of that Dr. Umar Johnson spirit and lock into being an Israelite, lock into being an Israel of Yahweh Bashem El Shai, lock into being a 1/3, lock into being the elect. It says put on as the elect. Don't put on as the 2/3. The elect ain't looking to try to break what the prophecy says is going to happen to the 2/3. Because trust and best and believe, every single 2/3, when the judgment come, they going to want to be in your position. And when the judgment come, you ain't going to want to be in the 2/3 position. So, hey, thank Yahweh Shemel Shai that you are in the position you're in now and hold on to that crown, which is his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So I'd like to say, Kah Allah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakha Chodash. I'd also like to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And I'd like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect in the 1/3, which do consist of men, women, and children. With that being said, Shalom.